We are told that losing weight demands suffering. The internet insists you need to be awake at 4 a.m., eating nothing but dry lettuce, and sprinting 10 kilometers a day until your lungs burn. We treat fitness like a punishment you have to endure. The problem with that approach is that it relies entirely on willpower, and willpower is a finite biological battery. You can force yourself through a miserable routine for a few weeks, but eventually that mental energy depletes. Your brain hits a wall, the diet fails, and you end up right back where you started. But there is a much simpler way. Sustainable weight loss happens when you stop fighting your biology and start working with it. You achieve this by finding the points of high behavioral friction in your daily routine, the things that make eating well or moving difficult, and systematically removing them. When you build a system of low-friction habits, you stop relying on mental force and start relying on better design. By removing the hurdles that usually stop us, we can reach a point where losing weight is, well, too easy, bro. This animated ledger represents your body's energy balance. It shows your daily caloric intake as inputs and your natural energy expenditure as outputs. If you spend more energy than you take in, your body makes up the difference by burning stored fat. Notice how the noise fades away. There are no magic teas, miracle pills, or expensive gym memberships that can bypass this equation. It always comes down to eating slightly less than your body uses. To master this math without feeling hungry, we look for the highest impact, lowest effort lever. The most glaring friction point is hidden liquid calories. Sugary coffees, energy drinks, soda, and fruit juice flood your system with energy completely unnoticed. This chart compares a glass of water to a single sugary beverage. You can drink 500 calories in a matter of minutes. Because liquids lack solid fiber, they bypass the biological cues that tell your stomach it's full. You consume the energy of a full meal, but you remain completely hungry. The behavioral hack here requires zero physical exertion. You simply swap those sugary drinks for water. By changing nothing else, you remove hundreds of unneeded calories from your daily total. Water fulfills your body's hydration needs and physically occupies stomach volume while adding 0 calories to the ledger. You are satisfying your body's physical requirements while avoiding the energy trap of processed liquids. We see similar friction when it comes to eating solid food. Trying to measure every gram of rice and track every single macro on a mobile app turns mealtime into a math test. Requiring a calculator to eat lunch guarantees eventual burnout. Look at these 2 plates from above. They contain the exact same volume of food, but your brain perceives them differently. Using a physically smaller plate creates an optical illusion of abundance. Your visual cues tell your brain you are eating a massive feast, which enforces portion control without a single calculation. To make this system easy to follow, the smaller plate divides into a visual guide. Fill half the space with vegetables, dedicate 1/4 to protein, and the final quarter to carbohydrates like rice or bread. You get the nutrients you need, your stomach physically stretches to register fullness, and the math takes care of itself. The same logic applies to movement. People mistakenly believe that if they aren't destroying their muscles in an intense gym session, they aren't burning fat. They ignore non-exercise activity thermogenesis, or NEAT. This is the energy burned doing ordinary, low-intensity movements, and the most effective, underrated fat-burning activity in this category is simply walking. A 15 to 30-minute walk requires 0 gym equipment and 0 recovery days. You can pair it with passive entertainment. Listen to music, throw on a podcast, or call a friend. Before you realize it, you are significantly increasing your daily energy expenditure. Both the smaller plate and the daily walk succeed for the exact same reason. They work with your body's natural energy systems without triggering your brain's psychological alarms. You avoid the misery of starvation diets and the dread of exhausting labor. This brings us to the final behavioral lever. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do for your body is literally go to sleep. Sleep deprivation has a direct biological consequence. When you are exhausted, your body produces hormones that actively increase your cravings for high-sugar, high-fat foods. Your brain begs for quick energy to keep you awake. Getting 7 to 9 hours of rest helps keep those cravings in check. Even with perfect sleep, you will face a mental hurdle, the perfection myth. You eat one burger or a single cookie, and your brain decides the diet is ruined, so you might as well abandon the system entirely. A single unhealthy choice is just an outlier in your data. Weight loss is an imperfect marathon. If you eat a piece of cake, you simply make a better choice at the next meal. Consistency over months will always outpace a flawless, miserable sprint that only lasts a week. You don't need to conquer a mountain. Drink more water, walk a little more, shrink your plate, get some sleep. Repeat those small, low-friction habits until they feel like second nature. And the next time someone tells you getting in shape is impossible, smile and tell them it's too easy, bro.